Hooked up, guys, hooked up. Fish on. Finally. Feels like a hot one. I think it's all wrapped up. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Come on. Come on back. Fishing straight up beads. Oh, it's a hot fish. Oh, wow, look at it over there. Whoa. This might be a chromer. Oh, it is a chromer. Big chromer. Big, big chromer. It's all the way back. Oh, oh, come on. Come on. Nuts on my back. Big chromer on the beads. Bit a little 8mm. Gotta get this pack off. Gotta get to the net. Got the net. All right, here we go. Come on. It's been a struggle of a day. Look at that fish go. Struggle of an evening, I should say. This is a hot fish. No, no, let's not go down there. Got her, yeah! Woo! Get back up to the bag here. Ah, finally. Finally, finally. Bead biter. Let's get this fish unhooked. Here she is. Got her unhooked, guys. All right, I'm gonna let her revive. That was a good hard fight right there. Look at that freaking silver bullet, baby. I'm gonna set the camera up and show this fish off. All right, guys. Welcome back to another video here. I am on a local Erie tributary after work. I got here about 4 o'clock. Takes me about 50 minutes to get here. And I've already lost one big male. I've been on a terrible losing streak this spring. Guys have been crushing fish around me. I don't know. I'm in a bad funk right now. I just cannot keep fish hooked. I'm hooking fish. But man, every single fish I hook, I get a couple of head shakes and they spit it on me. It's just, I don't know what I'm doing. Something weird's going on. But finally got my hands on a big chromer. It is March 31st. We've been wondering if, with this next event of rain, if, you know, say our last push of fish in early March, and by the way, this fish is just reviving, so we're good. It's sitting in the water. We've been wondering that if through early March, our winter fish are the fish that we were seeing coming into the creeks because they couldn't make it. And that this next warm-up with rain will be our next push of spring fish slash chrome fish, really, to run into these creeks. And that was what we will fish through April. And I've heard a lot of things of, you know, the fishing's over, the steelhead are spawning and they're going back. I've heard a lot of, you know, we're gonna get a small run. I've heard a lot of, you know, what I just told you guys, but this is a dime bright fish. I'm about 1.25 miles from the lake. This creek got up pretty muddy. It was about 1.5 feet high this morning and it dropped like a rock. And I hooked one dark fish and I saw another dark fish in a riffle. And I just happened to be walking up through here, made a random blind cast and got crushed. And this is a silver bullet. I mean, they don't usually get much more silver than this for this time of year. If I can get her out of here. that was an epic fight too. I mean, she's pretty colored up the more that I look at her, but that's a pretty silver fish compared to what I've been seeing. Beautiful, beautiful fish. This water has warmed up a lot since the last time I was out, but it's nice, about 28-inch fish, 6 or 7 pounds, crushed an 8mm bead. Let's get her right back. I think she's gonna go hard. Look at those colors. That's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. There she goes. Right back out into the run. Welcome back, everybody. I hustled out here after work. It's a Monday afternoon. I work all day. I'm sure a lot of you that watch do the same. And, you know, you're lucky to get maybe 1 or 2 chances. And that was my second chance, and I was fortunate enough to land it. My first chance, hooked a fish. It was a big, big male. I actually saw it come up and start thrashing and just spit it on me. I don't know. But fishing pretty much all beads today. I do have sacks with me, but my first presentation is gonna be beads. And that fish was just sitting on an inside seam. I'm pretty certain there's probably another one in there. That's a male. And usually they're hanging out with the females right now. It's springtime, so they got that on their mind, and we're gonna fish back through there. But don't forget buffalotackle.com, guys. I'm running the light rod today. I was thinking I was maybe pulling hooks with my other rod, just setting the hook too hard. It's more of a me problem than the rod, but I figured we'd cushion the hook set a little more and a little more of the fish fight with the 13.4 Sheffield 4 to 8 pound. It's a whippy stick. Not a lot of rod there, or there is a lot of rod there, but not a lot of backbone. It really has a big shock absorber, and so I think I'm pulling too hard with my heavier rod, and I'm pulling hooks. So switched over, got the longer rod. It's a lot lighter, my bigger reel, and we're gonna see what we can do. But hey, fish number 1, that's the only one we get today. I'm happy with that. I mean, I flew out here, and I've been running all over this creek already. So got about 2 hours left to fish. It's about 5:20, 5:15 right now, and hopes are high. Let's see what we can do. So let me show you the rig real quick. I shied away from it for a little bit. I just didn't have confidence fishing. I was losing so many fish, but we're back to it. Double bead rig. There's the first bead. That's actually what I lost that first fish on. Didn't get any footage of that. Just a quick head shake, but that's what that fish just bit right there. Just a natural, I'd almost say that's a yellowish greenish color. I'm not sure if that's showing up on the camera well, but it's a yellowish green. Size 6 hooks. Couple BB size split shot to that micro swivel, a couple big shot ball clip on the main line, 17 pound suffix, and then that high vis Sheffield balsa float, 11 gram. And I'll show you where that fish was sitting. Right about there, right in that inside seam. There must be some gravel laying against that slate, and she thumped it. So let's get tidied back up here and see what we can do. There's another big hole up above here. I've never fished up here before, by the way. I fished down farther from here, but have never explored up here. So little new water today, little exploring, running and gunning after work. Don't forget to hit that like, hit that subscribe. Willsworld Outdoors at buffalotackle.com. Yeah, let's get back to it. So let's do it. All right, guys. So this is what's going on in this hole. Kind of just got lucky, found the deepest part of the hole right here, and you know, if you look down, got a whole bunch of sandy gravel laying here, and if you look over there, got a whole slate wall. And what happens is there's a transition right there. That slate wall continues down into the water, as you can see it, and it runs out. You know, you can see it a little bit, especially with polarized glasses on. It runs out about 5 feet, and what happens is those fish, they don't like to lay on slate. They will, but they don't want to. What happens is they put their sides right up to that slate ledge, and that slate ledge is right about there, and a lot of times there's a seam right there from where the current's just a little slower, and that fish is laying right there. And it's a pretty textbook spot. You see it in a lot of holes, especially here in Western New York. We have a lot of slate we deal with, and I've caught a lot of fish doing that. But another thing is right through here, this 10 feet of water is legitimately the deepest section. And now it doesn't mean that it's 2 feet deep, 2 feet deeper than the entire run. It's about 6 inches deeper. But it's just a little more shadow, a little more shade over their heads for them to hide against, you know, against predators or whatever. And that's where they're gonna lay, right against that slate in the darkest part of the hole. But I don't think there's any more sitting there, so we are gonna keep on a walking. But just fishing that little 8 mil to a 10 mil. I mean, it's deadly. You guys see me do it a lot. There's what it bit right there. So let's get that hooked up. Grab this net, get that hooked back up. And let's get up to the next hole here and see what we can do. I know there's a couple fish on the way out. We're definitely gonna hit those. But we're gonna keep going a little ways. I know one more big hole up here. And if we find anything else on the way, that's a bonus. So let's get to going. Also, this has been pounded today. Look at the footprints. Jeez Louise. All right, let's get up here. All right, guys, can't see the bottom right here. It's a pretty riffly looking run with some rocks and some gravel in it. I'm not gonna give it a ton of time, but I'm gonna give it just a couple drifts. See if we can't get lucky. This time of year, these fish will really be sitting in a lot of riffles, a lot of the faster looking water, just because that's a lot of times where the gravel is. And you don't want to overlook a spot, you know. It'd be silly to walk past here. And I'm actually going to end up pretty much walking through the back end of it to get across here. We're going to do one more up in there just a little bit. This is like the deepest spot right through my rod tip right there. All right, let's get to walking. Let's get up to this next hole. Hopefully find a couple more. Alright guys, we're gonna start making our way back to the truck. Nothing out of that hole. I don't know, I'm just not fishing. I remember not being any fish on. I do remember it being deeper from in years past. I have fished just this hole, and it was about a foot deeper, but the in-between section from here to the truck, I've never fished before, and so we're learning it and managed to get one out of there. Hopefully on the way back down we'll get another one or two. So let's get to walking and try to finish out our evening here. Alright guys, looks like this creek got some stalkers. I can't even grab this little dude. These are actually going to be the steelhead smolt. So you want to take care of those guys, get them back. But we've made our way back to the truck. Got a little bit of light left, and I'm kind of contemplating if I'm going to keep fishing or not. Seeing a lot of guys out here this afternoon. It's a beautiful afternoon. Calling for an inch of rain on Wednesday, so that might make some things a little interesting for the rest of the week fishing after work, but we'll see what it brings. See if the weathermen are right. They've been wrong a lot lately. So, but this is the hole that I missed one, and this is when I raised it up and it spit the hook back at me. So I don't know. I talked to a few other fishermen, and they were saying, you know, a bunch of dark fish and a couple chrome fish. So it's tough to say what's going on. You know, are we getting a second run of fish here, or is it, you know, winding down and, you know, just a couple stragglers that didn't make it up in the first push are now coming up? Tough to say, but I'm gonna put an egg sack on and give it a couple drifts, and then probably get on out of here. Go back to the old original pink egg sack. I got all tangled up there. Alright guys, I've made my way back to the truck, and we're gonna go give one more hole a try. I'm gonna drive down there real quick and go take a look. Well geez, sorry guys. We're gonna go take a look. If there's nobody down there, I think we're gonna give it a shot. So let's go see what we can do. Alright guys, we're gonna be fishing behind a couple guys, but this is last ditch effort. Yeah, another fish. See what we can do. There's a bunch of dudes that already fished this hole, but they had just left, so sneak in here, try a couple different beads, some egg sacks, and see if we can get lucky. You never know. The lake is right there. You never know when a fresh pot of steelies will come up in here, and you'll have a 10 fish morning or a 10 fish afternoon. So still rocking the Sheffield 13.4 code Willsworld at checkout. Gets you 10% off on the Buffalo Tackle website. So go check them out and give this half hour before dark. See what we can do. All right, let's go. Fish on, guys. We got a jumper. We got a jumper. Super, super dark fish. Super dark. Do not have the net with me. This is working out good. Got him over there. Get up on the bank. Get up on the bank. Uh-oh. Woo! Jeez. That's really small. Man, I missed him. Missed him. Oh, jumped. That was crazy. Oh, geez, how dark this fish is. It's really putting up a fight. Come on, fish, get up on the bank. There we go. All right, guys, here comes the train. Right there, nice bead biter. All right, guys, now the train's gone, I'm gonna show you this fish real quick. All right, beat up. Real beat up fish. This fish is ready to go back to the lake. Spawned out. You can see the tail was all beat up from spawning. We're gonna get her back. She'll probably go back to the lake tonight, I would guess. There she goes. Woo! That fish put up a good fight for how wore out that thing is. Man, they don't give up. You see what that fish bit. There's that natural 10 mil. That's what she was able to find. Guys, that's a successful night. 2 for 3. You know, fished for about 2 hours. I'll take it. You know, that's cool. Just trying to make the best of after work. You know, just trying to fish hard, fish fast, cover water, and be smart about our choices on how we fish. But hey, it's working out. So I'm gonna work back up there, and we're gonna finish out the night here for sure now. See if we can get another one. So let's go do it. It's cold. So yeah. So as I'm walking back up here, guys, I'm gonna show you right where that fish was sitting. I'm not sure if it'll show up on the camera well. Kind of an interesting spot though. Way over against that wall, there is a seam that runs, I mean, 6 inches from it. You have got to make just a perfect cast, and there's all this water in here, which is what I was fishing. And my first cast over there, and that fish loaded up on it. So right there, right, I mean, it is right against that wall, but she crushed it. See if there's another one laying in there. That wind is cold coming off that lake. Man, my hands are frozen all of a sudden. But pressured fish and beads, I mean, that is a thing. These fish, they get fooled to the beads a lot, especially the soft beads. They fish very, very well in the little creeks. And I've caught a lot of fish this year on them. Gotta be a fish laying on this inside seam that either was caught earlier or doesn't want to bite. That's the spot they should be. Right through here. A little slower, inside edge, still deep. right about there. There should be one. But it hasn't shown itself yet, that's for sure. Alright guys, gonna try a chartreuse sack. I think that'll be the last attempt of the evening here at getting another fish. I'd say great afternoon. It was definitely worth the drive out here and worth a couple hours of fishing, and met a couple viewers on the creek. If you guys ever see us, don't forget to, you know, stop by and say hey. We love when you guys walk up to us and, you know, start talking about anything. So don't forget, booking trips for the fall. I'm a licensed New York State guide. Love to get you guys out on some creeks. You can message me on Facebook. Either way, it does get a hold of me. And let's book some trips for next fall. We're gonna be fishing Ontario tributaries, Lower Niagara River, and of course the Erie trips. So let's get out, let's do some fishing. We're gonna do, you know, if you're new to it, we're gonna do more of a tutorial type of trip. Or if you know what you're doing or just want to come out and fish, hey, we'll just go out and fish. So go ahead and you know, book your fall dates while they last. They are going pretty quick, so let's go out, let's do some fishing. So alright everybody, that's going to conclude today's video. Don't forget buffalotackle.com, code Willsworld, 10% off at checkout. Riverside rods, Sheffield rods. We're going to be using our 8.6 medium light Riversiders coming up very soon here for walleye and bass. So if you haven't picked up one of those rods yet and you're going to be doing some bass fishing or some walleye fishing, I highly suggest. That's what we're going to have in our boat. Sheffield was used today. Left the Riversider at home. I don't know if it helped me or not. Maybe more of a mind game, but hey, 2 fish to the bank, 1 lost. I'll take it. So let's maybe get to some McDonald's and get home for work tomorrow. So all right, let's see you in the next one.